In this particular session, I'm going to be walking you guys through how you can set up OpenClaw. Where's my Chrome? I'm going to be walking you guys through how you can set up OpenClaw, Cursor, and Claude Code for free. So after the end of this session, you should be able to come to Cursor. Alright, you should be able to come to Cursor and you can use Cursor for free. Right now I'm not paying. This is a model called Minimax, so I can do something like hello. To make this to work, I need to turn on Ollama. So I'll come here. Around my Ollama. Hello, Ollama. It should work for free. Then if I come to Cursor, it's able to run. And this is my Cursor. See, I can tell it to give me code for whatever thing. And that's for Cursor. I should also be able to launch my OpenClaw. So I can do like Ollama launch OpenClaw and run at any model. While I'm waiting for that, I can also try Ollama launch. Claude. And I should also be able to run Claude. Now, all this is happening without me. You see, all this is happening without me being able to, without me paying for anything. All right, and I can also come to my Cursor, my IDE, and I can access any of those things. So if I turn on my terminal here, I can do like Ollama launch Claude, and I should be able to use Claude from anywhere. So what is Ollama? Ollama is the father of everything I'm going to be using, because everything I'll be doing is going to be using Ollama. So Ollama is an open source tool, right? That you can use, that runs different LLM models like Llama, Mistral, Gamma, any type of model you want to run. You can run it on Ollama. Ollama allows you to run your models on your PC, on your CPU, without even having to stress yourself. So, and then there's also OpenClaw. Now OpenClaw is something that came up recently, right? It's like an AI agent that runs on your PC, right? But now to use OpenClaw, you have to connect it to maybe OpenAI, some of these tools, and you pay for them. You feel me? But OpenClaw is open source. But now to use it, you need to pay for good GPUs, and some of these things you need to pay for. You don't even need to pay for them. Once again, I'm not on a mission to destabilize the tech industry, but you don't need to pay for. You can run them on your PC. You can run them on a simple Raspberry Pi. For example, the one I'm going to show you right now, you don't even need to install the model on your PC. And even if you can install, there are models you can install that are even 15 gig, like less gigs. And for, let's say you want to build a WhatsApp automation robot, you can run it without even needing to pay for OpenAI API or something. So OpenClaw automates your WhatsApp, Telegram, Gmail, a lot of things. So let's say you have a business and you need the business to reply to messages like a real human being automatically and fast. That's where OpenClaw comes in, and it does very well. People use it to build an entire social media team. People use it to build an entire marketing team, an entire staff in a company. There's also 8NN, but these guys just came in and took over the whole industry. And another thing is, I don't think 8NN is open source. So, and also is launched in the cloud. but OpenClaw is explicitly open source. Then Claude Code. Claude Code is like Cursor, but now Claude Code is owned by Anthropic, and Claude Code is an agent that you interact with on your terminal. You see, and although they have a plugin, right, but most people use it on their terminal, and the thing is very very smart. I've used it once, and they still wrote the code, check the code base, check if there's error like before it stops coding. So let's assume right now if you use Cursor, the thing can give you some code and maybe there's error in the code, right? And then you test and there's an error, then you tell Cursor the error. But Claude Code goes ahead to run the code, check for all the error, make sure everything is running, test the code before it stops coding, which is very beautiful. Like when I used it, I just told it what I want and the thing just went and did everything. So Claude Code is very smart, and you still need to choose models to use with Claude Code, OpenAI model, all those things. So that's where Ollama comes in. So to use it, we need to go to Ollama. So you need to go to ollama.com. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right. So you go to Ollama. If you're using a Windows, you can download from here, depending on what you're using. Since I'm using a Mac, you just copy this code here. Now, what this thing I'm going to do is not going to take us up to 30 minutes, and I'll be done setting everything, and it's going to all work, which is one of the most craziest part. So I'm going to bring my terminal somewhere around here, and I'm going to create a fresh terminal. All right. So I'll be installing my Ollama from here. It's downloading Ollama right now for Mac OS. Also, let me close this. Also go to Claude website. So go to the website for Claude Code, and there's different ways you can install it, but if you come to the website, you will see you can just use this. If you're using a MacBook, you will see a straight command. If you're using Windows, there are other ways you can also do it. All right. So I'll just copy this command, and if you're using Windows, you can also just copy this command and run it on your computer. So I run this command, it should download Claude Code for me. All right. Now OpenClaw is done. Oh, it's not yet done. Wait, this is some. Ollama is still running. All right. Now the same thing. You go to OpenClaw, openclaw.ai. If you're using Windows, there's a command here for Windows. All right. For Ollama, you can just download the installer, or you can use this terminal. You can use this script. This script should work for both Windows and Mac OS, I guess. The same thing for OpenClaw. This script should work for both Windows and Mac OS. But for Ollama, this was Claude Code. I'm mixing all of them out. Anyways, for Ollama, to use Windows, you click this to get the script, or for Mac OS, you can just use this. All right. So you can use npm. You can use this. You can use different. You can download the bootable device. But for me, it's best to just use this one line, and it does everything for you. All right. So I'll put this in here. Now, mind you, this is gonna take a little bit of time. So because I have to uninstall everything afresh. So we're gonna wait for some minutes. All right, Ollama is done installing. You come to your PC, all right? So you will see Ollama, all right? So once you click on Ollama, in Ollama, this is the interface you're gonna get. There are a lot of tools. There are all these cloud models you can use, all right? There's GPT OS. There's a lot of, there are even ones that can do vision, like this Quen, DeepSeek. They cannot do vision. And there are ones you can download and install on your PC, like Quen. There are ones you can download on your PC. There is this GPT OS 120 billion B. 20 billion parameters. There's Quen3/VL. Now I heard this one is very nice. This Quen3, even this Quen coder. But to use these local models, let's say for example this Quen3 4B, you click the model and then you try to use it. You type I, it would start downloading the model. For example, this one is 2.3 gig, and there's nothing you want to tell me on earth that your PC can't run a 2.3 gig model. Most of us even train more than that. That's one. But even if you don't want to use, there are different models here. You can try out this 100 billion, 120 billion parameters. Now this one is going to be more AV, but the higher the model, the more the accuracy, right? This one is 60 gig. You can try out this other one for, let's say, Quen coder. This one is 17 gig, you see. And these are things that can run on your PC. But also, you can use this Minimax Cloud. You can use all these models, cloud hosted in the cloud. And for example, this one, to use it, you just choose the model, all right, and you are good to go. If you are installing it afresh, you would need to sign in. It would ask you to sign in. When I was installing it, it asked me to sign in. So it will just bring you to Ollama website for you to sign up, and that's all. You just sign up, you just sign in for it. Let me see if I can uninstall it. I don't know. Okay, let me try this. Let me try one model that will take me to sign in. Let's say for example this one. I think I already signed into Ollama, so that's why. So this model is hosted for free, so I can use it like, hello, how are you doing? And I'm good. And that is all. That's all. It's as simple as that. And you are good. So I can tell it, give me a code for running Python RAG face recognition. That's a mix up though. But let's see how it's gonna do. It should be able to generate some code for us, and it's fast. You can see the speed is very fast. Its thinking ability is very fast. You see, this is for free. I'm not paying a dime. You see, code is coming out. People install OpenCV, sentence transformer. So far, so good. It's still generating, and this is fast. You see, simpler version. All right, and that's done. So once we are using Cursor, Claude Code, OpenClaw, we'll be using this Ollama. We are going to be using it through Ollama. So you can come here and choose any model you like. You can use this GPT OS Cloud. You can use this one. You can use any one, or you can just download. You can just download one of these models on your PC. Like for example, this Quen3 4B. You can just download it. So I can just download this one, and I'll be using it. Okay. So while that's happening, Claude Code is installing, and I'm sure OpenClaw is failing to connect. Let me put it in a new terminal, or let's wait for Claude Code to finish, then we install it. So what is happening? How can you use Cursor without having like to put in your API key? So this is Cursor, for example. I want to use Cursor, and as you can see, I'm using this Cursor without using I'm not using OpenAI here, and I'm using it for free. So what you do, you come to Cursor, you go to extension, then you search for an extension called continue. You search for this extension called continue, you install it. I already installed it. After installing it, you come back here, right here, you click here, and you will see the thing right here called continue, and this is it. So let me create a new session. So now for you to get started, with it, you just come here, you can switch different model and different style you want. And in this place, you see this thing called models. You click these settings. Once you click these settings, you will see a place where you can change the configuration file. So you click here. Once you click here, you come here in this configuration file, and then you put the Ollama model you want to use in this code base. You put it in the configuration file. So for example, I was using Minimax. This Minimax. Right? I was using this Minimax. Where is it? This one. You just come here, you write the name of the model is what is Minimax. Provider is from Ollama. The model name is what? This one. The model name is this Minimax M2 Cloud. I put it here. And then the rows, I want it to chat, it should edit, and it should apply. As simple as that. When that is done, you save it, and it should show among your models. So if I delete this, for example, now, if I delete this and if I save, then I come back here, I'm not able to see it. Can you see? So for example, this model that we are putting here, this one that we are downloading, this Quen 3 from 0.4b, you just come here and you add it here, and it's as simple as that. So you click this place, you click this model settings, autocomplete, you click here, it will bring you to this a file like this, a config file. In this config file, you just add your model / the model name. So the name of our model is what? It's Minimax. It's Minimax 2. Provider is Ollama. The model we are using is what? Minimax M2 Cloud. The rows is what? Chat, edit, apply. And I save. And once I save it, if I come here, I should see the model. One second, I need to push this inside a bit. Alright, save. And it's here. It shows you automatically. And I can say hi. And it should work if there's no network issues. See? It's working. I can say, what files are you seeing in my code base? This is all for free. And when I found out this, it really amazed me. It's looking at my code base right now. And if I open my code base, you will see that this is the files here. I have some little files here. So if I click here, it shows me all the files that is there. And then you can do all your coding inside it, all for free. If you need more capabilities, you just switch the models. So that's it for Cursor. Simple, soft, gone. OpenClaw is done, so I'm going to show you guys how you can set up OpenClaw. Can you see my screen? Are you guys still there? All right. Okay. So to set up OpenClaw, these are the few very little things you need to do. While this is happening, Claude Code is done. Yo, everything worked at the same time. All right. Okay. So I think we are going to be done with this in the next 10 minutes, and we'll end this session. First step, you install OpenClaw, you install Claude Code, you install Ollama. After installing Ollama, you choose your model, whichever model you want, you download it. So I'll get back to downloading this right now. You download your model to run on your PC, or you can just use this, some of these models that are hosted, like this Minimax, which I love so much. Minimax is, I think it's a recent model, right? It's Minimax M2. I think it's a recent model. I think it was released. It was released this month. That's why the model is good. It was released this month. All right, Minimax. Okay, this is M2.7. Which one are we using? M2 Cloud. Yeah. Anyways, but Minimax is a good model, and I'm using it for free. So now, to set up, I understand this. When you get here, you just click yes, and now in this place of setting up, right, this setup mode, you can choose to use manual or quick start. Well, the best one is just to choose quick start. Now, Where you need to set up your model, because you are not using any of these models, right? You don't want to use Hugging Face, OpenAI, OpenCode. You want to set up your own model locally. You just come here, all right? You just come here and then you click skip for now. You choose skip for now, you press enter. Now, to filter by provider, you just click all providers, all right? And then to set up your default model, you can choose any of these models, but what you would do, you just choose to enter it manually. And then to enter it manually, I can just come and look for Ollama models. Ollama, I'll just come to the website and look for some Ollama models. I think I should see some models sitting around. I'll just put a random model. So let's say I want to choose this DeepSeek R1. I can just come here, all right, Ollama, right? Now we are not going to use this right now, but we just need to put it there, all right? Ollama model, DeepSeek R1. So as I told you guys before, OpenClaw is used for automation. You can automate your Telegram, WhatsApp, Discord, Google, Slack, everything, iMessage. You just have a bot that is there chatting with people for you, talking to clients. And the thing is crazy, like this thing is crazy, but it works. It works, all right? You can automate your Twitch, whatever. But right now we are going to skip that. You can set that later alone. For your service, for your search provider, you're going to skip that too. You can set up these things later, right? But when you're starting, you just need to first of all quickly test your thing. Then you can set it up later when you need, depending on the use. To put in skills, I don't need that right now, so I click no. Now, to enable hooks, to click skip for now, you just press your space bar. That would select that, or you press space bar for whatever thing you want, right? I'm going to skip for now, and then it's gonna try to install the gateway for me. So when you get to this place where it says how do you want to arch your bot, you just choose arch in TUI, that one that's recommended, and I think that should be everything. So in this place, you are seeing that our Ollama, our Claude Code has failed because the model we selected, Ollama DeepSeek R1, requires authentication to be registered as provider, need to set this, do this, whatever. So that was just a random thing we just choose. If I do like how this is gonna work is failed. All right. So to get this going, how do we connect Ollama and OpenClaw together so that our OpenClaw uses Ollama that we have, it uses our model that we've downloaded? How do we do that? Or uses the model that we choose from Ollama? We just come here. So I'm going to end this, Control C. Everything is ended, and I'll clear. So I'm going to now use Ollama to start OpenClaw. So if you come to the website, Ollama website, you will see that they have the coding. They have a command to run it for coding, which uses Claude or OpenClaw. So you just come here, copy this, Ollama launch OpenClaw, you click this, and then when you get here, you paste that and you run your command, and you can switch and choose different models. But since we already have this one, this minimax that we run, we can just choose minimax, and that should run everything. We want to start, yes. So I'm starting OpenClaw with Ollama, and good. Now this is the token for the web UI, right? So if I come here and I do like hello, who are you? It's running. This is for free, bro. I'm not paying nothing. Correct. Give me a code for Flask for what should I do? Let's say for authentication. That should run. So see, sharp, all for free. all for free. It also give you the HTML, everything. Okay, so you can go check out, you can do like crazy things with OpenClaw. You can do crazy things, you can automate an entire system with it. And these things are, they work like magic. Also, you can access it has a web interface. So to access the web interface, you copy this. All right, you come to your web interface, you click, you put the link for this token. There's a token here. If you come somewhere here, you see your token, you copy this token, you can copy it and save it somewhere, right? You get the token from here, you put it there, then you connect, and boom, I had used it for some few different things. So this agent is really crazy though. So you see this way you can choose your model. Me, we're using Ollama Minimax. You can choose your model there, and then I can say like hello. I can tell this thing, look, let me show you guys one cool thing about this. I can tell it, tell me the specs of my computer. It's going to go into my computer and look at my computer and grab the entire spec of my computer. Like, this thing is crazy. You can go into my computer, grab everything about my computer and tell me what computer I'm using, what RAM, this, that, open files, and it's insane what you can do with these AI agents. Over here you can do some cool things. You can set your agent skills. You can check sessions, check channels. You can do a lot of things around here. All right, but I'm not gonna go into all of this. Maybe you just go online and check for some things you can do with it. So while we're waiting for this to run and tell me what the specs of my computer is, to use what's it called, Claude Code, you also need to link it the same way I just linked OpenClaw. Okay, it's done. So you put out my computer runs a Mac OS Daniel, right? That's me. Memory 8 gig RAM, disk is 250. My phone, Chineke, my PC is already full. I use an Apple Silicon CPU, Apple Silicon. All right, okay, looks like, yeah, it's an M series, M2. All right, so you can dig deep, bro. Anyways, that is it for OpenClaw. Now, to use cursor, to use Claude Code, you just come here. You see the path for you to be able to use Claude. All right, you just copy this. And then you come to a new terminal. Oh, that thing I'm doing is actually running here. Okay, I think I asked the question here too. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. I think the thing I'm doing here is actually also showing on my. It's also showing on my terminal. Anyways, so to use Claude Code with Ollama, I just type Ollama launch Claude, and that will launch it. You select your model. I'm gonna use Minimax. All right, and it should launch Claude Code if there is no issue. All right, I'm good. So to set up, you choose your dark mode, right? Anyhow you want to do it. Enter to continue. Yes, use recommended settings. Yes, I trust this folder, and boom, I'm using Claude Code now. For what? For free. Give me a code for let's say GPT file read, and it should work. Correct. I'm using Anthropic. All right. So this is the little thing I wanted to show to you guys today. Let me see what this thing got. Okay. No. Daniel's MacBook 7 14-inch M2 Pro class, 8 core, storage, use free. My battery is 38%. Okay, it just went down. Beautiful. Discharging. Time left 2 hours left. This is beautiful. So you see, that is it. That's what I wanted to, the little thing I wanted to share. I found out that thing and I felt like I need to share with my guys who are paying for these tools, so you can just use it for free.